Hi there, welcome to another Adobe Illustrator tutorial. This is Andre from Dagubi. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this Christmas background. Okay, create a new file. Go to File, click New. Now change the profile to Print, Size A4, and now click on the Orientation Landscape button, this, and change the width to 340 millimeters and change the color mode to RGB and click OK. So the next thing what we need is a big rectangle. So choose a rectangle tool and create a rectangle. Now change the color, none color for stroke and dark brown color for the fill. So now lock this rectangle layer and next choose the ellipse tool. I'm going to create a brush. So change the color of this ellipse white for fill. And now go to the brushes panel and click on new brush. Choose art brush and click OK. Now change the colorization method to tints and click OK. So next you can delete this. Choose the pen tool and now click and drag and so now please take your brush and apply this brush to the stroke and change the color for fill to none. So now you can rotate this a little bit. So this is gonna be a Christmas tree. Okay, the next what we're gonna do is apply a transform effect. So go to Effects, Distort and Transform and click on Transform. So first enable the preview. Now set the copies to 14 for example, and now move this vertical and now scale this horizontal and vertical a little bit. Move this a little bit more. So that's okay. So the next thing what we need is a new brush. Please choose the ellipse tool and create a new circle with non-stroke color and white for fill color. And now create a new brush. Click on this new brush button. This time choose scatter brush and click OK. So please change the size, spacing and scatter to random and tints for the method and click OK. So now you can delete this circle. Now choose the paintbrush tool and draw a line. Now make a double click on your new brush and change this. That's fine. Click OK. Now you can delete this line Now go back to your Christmas tree, select this and go to Objects and expand this. Click on Expand Appearance. So now make a copy from this group. Drag this down to the New Layers button. Now first lock the first Christmas tree and now apply your new brush to this group. So you can change the stroke weight. Now make a second copy and change the stroke weight and make again a copy and change this stroke weight. So okay, next I'm going to expand this group with the big dots. So select this and now go to Objects and click on Expand Appearance. So now apply a gradient to this group. Apply this black and white gradient. So you can hide the edges. Go to View and click on Hide Edges. Now change the type to radial and now change this gradient. Make both colors white. And now change this gradient slider to opacity, set the opacity to 0. And now apply a new gradient slider. Click here on this place and make a double click on this slider and change the color to orange. Okay, next I'm going to create a star for the Christmas tree. So choose the ellipse tool and create a new circle. Apply a gradient to this circle. So choose both sliders with white color and set the opacity to 0 for the right slider. And now scale this. So next go to Effect, Distort and Transform and click on Transform. So set the copies first to 8 copies. Enable the preview. So that's okay. Click OK. Now transform this a little bit. Now duplicate this layer and now go to the appearance and click on transform and change this to 4 copies. Okay, and scale this. So select both layers and move. So you can change the opacity a little bit. And now create a new circle with the same gradient. Or you can apply new color. Okay, now group this layers, all the Christmas tree layers. So you can select these layers, then go to panel options and click on collect a new layer. So lock this layer and now duplicate this rectangle. Now choose the free transform tool and scale this smaller and change the color to white, the fill color. Now go to the pen tool and choose add anchor point tool and click here and create a new anchor point. Now go again to the pen tool and choose anchor point tool. Now click on this new point and drag your mouse. So with the direct selection tool, move this point down and this point up. And now move your Christmas tree. So that's okay. Okay, now change the color of this big rectangle. Apply a gradient. So first apply this orange-yellow gradient. Now delete these anchor points and change the color to brown, dark brown. Make this more orange. So change the type to radial. Now choose the gradient tool and move this. So now you can go back to the Christmas tree and change the opacity of this. So in the next few minutes I'm going to create some shapes for snowflakes and bokeh. So choose the ellipse tool and create first a circle and apply a black and white gradient for the fill. And now change the color both sliders to white and change the opacity of the right slider to 0. Now choose the gradient tool and drag this Now make a copy of this circle, hold down the Alt key. So change the gradient type of the second circle to radial. Okay, now you need a new copy. So now go to the layers panel and drag this copy down to the new layers button and create another copy. So select this and now choose the pre-transform tool and first scale this and hold down the Alt and the Shift key. Okay, make again a copy and now rotate this, hold down the Shift key and rotate this to 90 degree. Now select these two shapes and create again a copy of both shapes and now rotate this to 45 degree and scale this a little bit smaller. So now you have to convert this to symbols. So go to symbols and now select first this shape and click on this button, new symbol. Make the same the second circle. And now select the star. So you can delete this. This. Now create a new layer. And you can start with the symbols. So please choose the symbol sprayer tool. And I start with this symbol. So next, choose the symbol sizer tool. So when you draw with this tool, this makes the symbols bigger or smaller when you hold the Alt key. So next, choose this symbol screener tool. You can try this shifter tool to move these symbols. Okay, next, please lock this symbol layer and now choose, oops, sorry. Choose again this symbol square tool and I continue with this symbol. So next, choose the symbol spinner tool. So you can rotate these symbols. Oops. So next, take your star symbol and draw some stars. So next, choose the sizer tool. Hold down the Alt key and you can scale these stars. So the next thing what we need is a snowflake brush. So I use this, copy and paste. So before I convert this to a brush, it's very important to set the fill color to black. And now click on this new brush button. This time choose scatter brush, click OK, and next set the size, spacing, scatter and rotation to random. And change the colorization method to tints and click OK. So you can delete this snowflake and now choose the paintbrush tool and set the stroke color to white and create a line. Now make a double click on the snowflake brush and change this. And click OK. So now we can delete this line. Okay, I start with dark brown color. Please lock the symbols layer and select this first layer and now create a line. The second line. So please group this, select both layer and now collect this new layer and move this over this background layer and now continue with the brushes. So you can change the stroke weight, now change the color, change the color to orange, and change the opacity, and change the stroke weight. So next, select your first layer and now choose again white for the stroke and change the opacity back to 100%. Collect this a new layer and continue. Oops. So next, please choose your first brush and create more snowflakes. So we need a copy from this scatter brush. Drag this down to the new brush button and now create a line. Now make a double click and change the scatter. Okay, so delete this and continue with the snowflakes. So and last you have to create a clipping mask. So you can make a copy from the background layer and now move this layer on top. Now please deselect all and choose this group layer and click on this button, make release clipping mask. So all your shapes are inside the clipping mask, and that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this tutorial, please press thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you want to see more of my tutorials, please subscribe my channel. Hope to see you soon.